trade. Well, we have Robin Cross on the line. He's with StoneX in Chicago, and he talks with us each week at this time about everything lumber, lumber markets, lumber industry. Robin, good to have you back here. And I see where after January went off the board, we had a little bit of an increase in the value of the lumber market, although maybe today we're a little bit weaker. What's going on?
For sure. Good morning, Marlon. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. All right, we'll get into prices, and I'll answer that question. So right now, March is the lead. We just had January expiration. 421 even. That's down 520 on the day with 43 trades. May, your deferred so far hasn't even opened today. 432.60 was a previous settlement, and we're still kind of in that area. Well, last Friday, January lumber expired. The contract closed just above the swing low. We put in that swing low a couple of weeks ago at 338, and we closed the contract out at 344. And to put that in perspective, that is the lowest expiration since May of 2019, pre-pandemic. And that contract in May settled at 328. So I just want to, I think guys kind of miss it from week to week. So I just want to take a moment and recap the expirations to demonstrate how truly weak the lumber market was in 2022, if I may. March started the year's high at $1,420. That's where we settled, right? May, $920. July, $682. September, $483. November, $454. And January at a dismal $328.20. But for our weekly viewers, this should not all come as a surprise. With massive inflation and continuous interest rate hikes, I fully expected lumber to have a major decline in value. A 1,100-point break, though, Marlon, is quite substantial in any market. In real money, the cost of a rail car went from $157,000 at the peak to $36,000 at Jan expiration. That's a loss of $121,000. Yikes. So where do we go from here? Well, I'll say it here first, and I do believe it, truly. I believe the low is in. I know that's a very bold statement so early in the year, considering we're only 19 days into it, Marlon, but I truly believe lumber production so far under the cost of production is unsustainable. And just like we saw curtailments from literally every major producer across the board in December and January, if lumber prices do not recover on their own, I do believe we will see further curtailments. So with March lumber trading 1,100 points under the 2022's highs, customers should really start locking in their future needs, especially these home builders. Even without production cuts, I see demand picking up in the spring. And it's simple. Big picture, the current supply of unsold holds on the market usually averages around 6 months. We're well under that, about 3 months right now. So regardless of inflation and high interest rates, people still need a place to live. And I do believe that lumber will recover from this level. But think about it. You could literally buy a car of lumber today, 1/4 of its value just, 10 months ago. I hope guys are really paying attention, because I just got that gut feeling when we get to spring and everyone's going to say, woulda, shoulda, coulda. And, I just want to really get ahead of it this year, because the market's provide a new opportunity. Put it this way, even if you're a little bit early, you're still way better than you've been for the last 3 years. So I would, take that at face value for what it is. And then one last thing I wanted to mention, as you notice, there's only 2 contract months on the board right now, March and May, and we go out 6 months. Well, if you recall in August, we launched the new lumber mini contract, which is like a truck-based contract, and our current contract is a rail car-based contract. Well, so far it's not been going good. Since August 8th, we literally only have 200 cars of open interest in there. That's roughly 50 rail cars, which is, typically one customer's, needs, right? So we got some work to do. The deadline is we're supposed to close the big contract, the legacy contract, May 15th. But, I've been getting a lot of blowback from customers that would like to see the contract remain. So if you are one of those guys and you feel that way, contact the CME, and they were definitely listening. They won't make any promises as far as keeping the contract intact, but they're definitely listening. And, any feedback from the real world is always greatly appreciated.
Well, I'm glad you brought that
and
up.
I'll keep you in touch with that.
That has been an issue, and I know you've talked about that for several months about that new contract they were trying. Well, thank you, Robin, for the update. Good stuff, as always. Robin Cross of StoneX. We'll pause. We'll get you updated on our livestock trade in just a moment.